left-handed hitter.
Stang popped out of his crouch, said, let's bring it down a little bit. Find your rhythm.
Right comes set. And the 3-1. Swung on, broken bat over to third. A slip by Harpalani over at third. I don't know how he ended up slipping. Maybe the ground is still a little wet from when they sprayed the field. And so it's going to be an infield single for Drew Norton.
Dad, it looked like that ball with that crazy spin, he might have either overran it or it might have hit the ground and came behind him a little bit and threw off his momentum, slipped a little bit. Infield hit, first hit of the game for Olean.
And that's going to bring up Jeremiah Atwell as his first pitch is over the heart of the plate on the inside corner. So runners at first and second and one out. Infield playing double play depth here, as the 0-1 is fouled backward. And just like that, another 0-2 deficit for the Oiler hitters.
Another good sign for Wright tonight. Even though Olean has been able to make some contacts, mostly foul balls, anything put in play has been rather weakly hit.
As the 0-2 outside counts 1-2. And that's exactly what you're looking for if you are a Tarp Skunk fan or player. So that way you can let your defense do the work and get them back in to get the 6 going yet again. As the 1-2 swung on and missed. He got him. Yet another strikeout for Brady Wright, and he has now gone farther than he has. That is the third strikeout of the night, as we've only been through an inning and 2/3. And that is going to bring up A.J. Fulsher, the second baseman, to try and keep this inning alive for Olean, as his first pitch swung on and hit over to third. Diving miss by both by Harpalani and Matranga. And that is going to allow Cooper Rossano to score.
Yeah, that one hit right in the Tony Gwynn hole.
That is a difficult spot. It's like two good diving attempts by both Harpalani and Matranga. But unfortunately, neither of them able to come up with it. And the Oilers are on the board, as that is going to bring up J.P. Piniella.
That's a perfect definition of a seeing eye signal bringing home a run.
As Pinella's first pitch is on the inside corner, called strike one. So two on, 2 out. First and second are where they are. As the 0-1 fouled backward. And yet again, another 0-2 count for Brady Wright tonight. Trying to see if he can add to his K list.
He's shown good command tonight, good presence around the dish.
He's definitely showing more confidence tonight as well. As the 0-2 to Piniella, swung on and hit high and foul. That's going to be a souvenir for a lucky fan. And there are a lot of fans to choose from, as tonight is $2 night. All of the fans definitely taking advantage of $2 beer, $2 tickets, $2 hot dogs, $2 soda. So many things cheap and available. So they're absolutely going to want to come and check out a ball game, as we will redo the 0-2 outside. 1-2 the count now.
I heard someone of the Q crew yell out, strike, trying to aid his pitcher.
As the 1-2 swung on and missed, the 4th K of the night for Brady Wright. And this is a completely different Brady Wright from his first outing. 2 innings through, but 1 run was able to score for the Oilers. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. As we go to the bottom of the second, the score is now 2-1 in the Skunks' favor.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967, and they are a proud member of the Building Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturing Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the expert. Plyler Entry Systems is a proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. Support also for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right financial path can be daunting, but fear not, because the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts from Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201 in Peyton Post, New York, 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. As coming to the plate is Steven Scarfone, the first baseman. Here to tell you all about it is Matty G.
Steven Scarfone up to the plate now, and a new pitcher on the mound as his first pitch is way high and inside. It is a southpaw pitcher. It is Matt Marsh for the Olean Oilers. 6'2", 215, a sophomore from Havelock, Ontario, Canada. As his next pitch is over the heart of the plate, called strike one. Matt Marsh, hailing from Mineral Area Junior College. He's a sophomore there. As the 1-1 to Scarfone is low and away. Counts now 2-1. So it's a lefty-lefty scenario. You don't see that all that often in baseball. But I love watching a good southpaw battle as the 2-1. Way inside, backing Scarfone off the plate yet again. But the count is firmly in Scarfone's favor, 3-1.
We'd like to thank everybody that stuck through our technical difficulties early on today. Some internet issues at the beginning of the game, got those figured out, and we are live and raring to go.
3-1, over the heart of the plate on the knees. Scarfone knew it too.
That looked like a great frame job by Atwell too. So even if there was a question, the way that he snapped that glove up just made it look right there.
And full count, the payoff pitch. Called strike three. Scarfone thought it was a ball four, but nicking the outside corner was all that was necessary, and Scarfone is down on strikes.
Yeah, you got to protect. You got to swing with 2 strikes. Anything close, even if it's just a hack to try to get the ball foul down the line and get another pitch, you got to be protecting.
And that is going to bring up Noah Brooks as his first pitch. Low and away.
Snyder on deck.
As the 1-0 swung on and hit up the middle. It's going to be a seeing eye single for Noah Brooks. No one able to come up with it. Marsh stuck his glove out behind his back, but that is a pray and a hope in order to try and come up with something like that.
And 2 out of the 3 Tarp Skunks hit tonight have been straight up the middle.
Except for Stang, who managed to hit one out of here.
Yeah. Which, well, I mean, it went to left center field, so, I mean, technically it's close enough.
Yeah, I give it that. As that is going to bring up Griffin Snyder. Yes, you do recognize that right. While he pitched yesterday, he's playing defense today, as his first pitch is going to be just foul down the right field line. Going to be over near the Oilers bullpen. And I believe there is action in the Oilers bullpen, and I believe what I called for is correct. They are going to be going bullpen by committee and let each of their pitchers go an inning apiece, which honestly is not that bad of a strategy if you think about it. The Tarp Skunks never really have the ability to settle into a pitcher and learn them all that quickly, as they're going to be in and out after one inning. As this next pitch to Snyder is inside, count is 1s apiece.
Very reminiscent of the new trend happening in Major League Baseball now, where instead of having a starting pitcher, they have an opener that would go 1, maybe 2 innings, especially on a day where you may have a starting pitcher issue and you have to run through your bullpen.
1-1 is hit high and deep into center field. Tracking it down is Pinella with a diving grab. He laid out for that one, and he manages to make that. I don't know how he managed to track that down. He was playing in left center field. If he didn't come up with that, that was going to be an easy triple for Griffin Snyder.
Yeah, he had that tracked off the ball, was going parallel with it, and at the last second, turned toward the fence and somehow found the right angle to dive and make an incredible catch here.
And now there are 2 away, runner on first for Connor Kiefer. Kiefer looking to keep this inning alive as the first pitch is swung on and hit over our heads.
Kiefer had that one timed perfectly, just a little bit under it, going straight back.
As Matt Marsh finds the pitches he likes. Checks Scarfone at first, and the pitch. Outside. Counts 1-1. Oh, excuse me, it is Brooks over at first. That is my fault.
I had one yesterday. It happens to all of us.
So the 1-1, wheel and fire, in the dirt. Good stop by Atwell. And the count's now 2-1.
Atwell saw that ball coming into the dirt, immediately dropped to his knees, kept that right in front of him.
Connor Kiefer, a junior out of Buffalo, New York. He went to Alfred State. He is a health sciences major. As this pitch is swung on and hit into the gap, and that is going to get through into left field for a base hit. Brooks will stop at second. But it is another solid hit single for the Skunks. And this inning is still alive as we flip the book, and it goes back to the top of the order with Eli Harpelani, as there is another meeting at the plate, or at the mound, excuse me, between Atwell and Marsh.
Yeah, Harpelani coming to the plate with runners in scoring position, probably the hottest hitter on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks coming into the game, already with a single and a run scored back in the first inning on that Bobby Stang 2-run shot.
So 2 on, 2 out. As the first pitch to Harpelani. Inside. Marsh finds the pitch he likes, checks Brooks at second. And the 1-0 over the heart of the plate at the knees. Counts at 1s apiece.
Tarp Skunks looking to add some more runs, trying to get that run back from the top of the second inning.
The obvious thing that you want to do is tie or win every inning, as the 1-1 swung on and hit softly into center field, Bermuda triangle, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Brooks around third. He's going to try and score. The relay is going to be cut off at the mound, and the run will indeed score. Brooks will come across the plate, and now all of a sudden it is 3-1 Skunks, and with a bloop Bermuda triangle single into shallow center, it brings up Austin Matranga, who will try to keep this quote-unquote 2-out rally. 1 run isn't really a rally, but you know what I mean. Keep this inning alive.
Well, for Harpelani, perfect example of a Texas leaguer right in no man's land, getting a run home and keeping his hot streak alive.
As the first pitch to Matranga, low and inside. Matranga flew out to center field his first time up. The outfield playing straight up.
Infield playing straight away as well.
Marsh checks second base. And the pitch inside again. Counts 2-0.
Sixth hitter of this inning for Marsh. Hamlin also faced 6 in his 1 inning of work.
Connor Kiefer off first, Connor Kiefer off second, Eli Harpelani off first. As the 2-0 to Austin Matranga. It's going to be up and away. Counts now 3-0. Do you give him the go sign?
No, not with Bobby Stang on deck already with a 2-run jack. At 3-0, no, I'm putting on the red light.
We will see what happens as Marsh finds his pitch. Comes set, checks the runner, and the 3-0. Low for ball 4. It looked like he was going to hold up anyway, despite where that pitch was, but it was in the dirt, and it is a 4-pitch walk for Austin Matranga. The tarp has been pulled over the field by Skunks. The corners are covered in blue for the man of the hour at this point, Bobby Stang, with the 2-run home run back in the first inning. This is the man that you absolutely want to see, especially considering his previous at-bat. But the outfield will have learned their lesson. Left field is playing way back.
Pinella playing pretty much straight away. Lot of real estate behind him. Story playing in standard right field.
So Kiefer off third, Harpelani off second, Matranga off first. As the first pitch to Stang. Swung on and fouled backward. He took a hard swing at that one.
Oh yeah, he had visions of 7 runs on the board with that swing of the bat. Already 3-1. Skunks with the lead here in the bottom of the second inning. He's looking to add a little granny to his resume.
As the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? They're saying no. So the ball was low and inside, and the count's at 1s apiece. Stang looking to add to his RBI list. He's already got 2 on the night. As the 1-1 is just a little bit low. Stang being a taller guy, obviously the lowest part of the strike zone is going to be a little bit higher off the plate. So the count's 2-1.
Activity has concluded in the Oilers bullpen.
As the 2-1, way outside. It is looking like the Oilers are trying to almost nitpick around Bobby Stang. As the count is 3-1.
He's getting that superstar treatment.
I mean, one swing of the bat will do that to you. As the 3-1 pitch from Matt Marsh is low for ball 4. So he does end up getting another RBI, an RBI walk. So he is now knocked in 3 of the 4 runs for the Skunks so far in these past 2 innings. And just like that, it is 4-1 Skunks as they've put up yet another crooked number, continuing their dominance from last game, putting up 5 crooked numbers against the Salamanca Lizards.
And you have to believe this might be the last batter for Marsh.
As DJ Stoyanovich steps up. His first pitch is low for ball 1.
Tarp Skunks in position right now to break this game wide open.
Already a 3-run lead. Looking to see if they can add to more with the bases loaded yet again. As the next pitch to Stoyanovich. Outside.
You know, just playing a little fantasy booking here, how much confidence would it give the Tarp Skunks to mercy their first 2 games of this homestand?
That would give them an absolute ton of confidence, especially considering these are both interleague games. They don't count towards the overall standings, but to have that momentum shift and to have the confidence to say we mercied two teams in a row as a 2-0's inside for 3-0, saying we mercied two teams. Come at us. We're ready to play.
Especially against a franchise that went to a championship last season. Did not win it, but was in that championship game.
So bases loaded, 2 out, counts 3-0 to DJ Stoyanovich. As his pitch inside for ball 4 again, a 4-pitch walk, and the score is now 5-1 Skunks. As that bats in Harpalani.
And activity resuming in the Olean's bullpen.
But not before Coach Beimel is going to call time, and he is going to gesture to the bullpen. He's going to make a switch out. That will be the end of Matt Marsh's night.
Not a good night for Marsh. 2/3 of an inning. Responsible for 3 runners on the bag. And we are not done yet.
And here's an interesting thing for you. The extra hitter for Olean, Drew Norton, is going to be the one that is going to be resuming pitching for the Oilers. Drew Norton, 6'4", 190, a sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia. He's a sophomore at Dickinson College. He's coming in at a very difficult situation with Matrenga on third, Stoyanovich on second.
The Stoyanovich on first, staying on second, Matrenga on third. Kiefer and Harpalani have scored this inning.
But we will step back for half a second while Drew Norton warms up. And we are back. Drew Norton is finished with his warm-up as Thomas Schroeder IV steps up to the plate. Thomas Schroeder also been hot in the base path. So far this season. As it is bases loaded, 2 out. Scores 5-1 Tarp Skunks. As the first pitch to Schroeder is going to get by the catcher. That hit the dirt early, and that is going to allow Matrenga to score. So a wild pitch as the first pitch from Norton. The first pitch from Drew Norton getting by the catcher. That is not what you want to see if you were Olean. As this lead grows larger, it is 6-1 Skunks. And the 1-0. Way outside again. Counts now 2-0. Neither of those pitches were even close to the zone. And I have a feeling Schroeder's going to continue to have the red light until he sees something in the zone.
More than likely.
Here's the 2-0. That just misses the plate.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to pull the trigger on that one. Good plate vision, though. Seeing the ball off the plate. First base is open, so it could be Norton's trying to... I don't know what Norton's trying to do at this point.
3-0. That one's on the heart of the plate. First strike of the day for Drew Norton. Counts 3-1. Stang off third. Stojanovic off second as the 3-1. It's going to get by the catcher for ball 4. So Schroeder will go to first, and that will allow Stang to score. So 2 wild pitches that get by the catcher Atwell, and the score is now 7-1 Skunks, with 5 runs being put up this inning alone.
See, I had all the fun yesterday. You're getting all the fun today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I am happy to have it, too. As that brings up Clayton Kaiser to the dish. With runners on the corners. Kaiser with a ground out to second, his first time up. Runners at the corners. Schroeder takes off as this pitch is hit high on the third base line, and that bounced off of the Skunks dugout, and there was some cheering in the stands as someone managed to make a nice little snag on that ball and a nice little souvenir for a fan.
Question is, did they bring their glove?
I have no idea. I did not see it.
Gotta always bring your glove when you come out to the ballpark.
Schroeder doesn't take off this time as this pitch is hit down the left field line and into the Tarp Skunks. Never mind. It was going to go into the Tarp Skunks bullpen, but it ricocheted off of the light post. And now Kaiser looking as threat to end the bottom of the second. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, 6 consecutive Tarp Skunks getting on base.
And the 0-2 runner goes. And that ball is going to be high and it get by the catcher again. And that is going to allow another runner to score. And Schroeder will go all the way to third.
That one I would call a passed ball as it went off the catcher's glove to the backstop. But another run on a pitching error.
And just like that, counts 1-2 with Schroeder off of third now. In the matter of one pitch, he jumps 2 bags. And the 1-2 swing and a miss. That will end the disastrous inning for the Olean Oilers. But a joy if you're a Skunks fan. 6 runs on only a couple of hits. It was a difficult inning for the Olean Oilers pitching staff. But we go to the top of the third, and the score is 8-1 Skunks. When we get back, I will be handing it off to Dre Guinness to take over. So Brady Wright will remain on the mound for the Skunks, now in a much more comfortable situation than last game, as the score is now 8-1 Skunks. But I feel like I've done enough talking. Dre, why don't you take over for a little bit?
All right, thank you very much, Matty G. As we head to the top of the third inning, it's going to be the 1-2-3 hitters, Wilson, Story, and Rudisil, to face Brady Wright entering his third inning of work. Wright has spun a beauty here so far. 1 run hit for Olean. Swinging, there's a fly ball to center, and falling to his knees and making the catch is Schneider in center field.
Griffin Snyder actually slipped out there in center. He misjudged that line drive, but the slip actually worked to his advantage as that put him in range to make that grab. Great way to stay with it there from Griffin Snyder.
1 pitch, 1 away in the top of the third inning. That'll bring up the right fielder, Jason Story. Walked in his first at-bat, was left on base. 1-0 the count. His first pitch was outside. Right comes set. Swinging, there's a foul ball down the third base line, not a play.
Again, you have more to worry about today, Dre.
Yeah, I know.
The Olean Oilers, I believe, have 4 or 5 lefties in their lineup today.
You know, that netting that I ordered on Amazon just didn't come in today. Swing and a miss and a high fastball, 1-2.
Again, I don't want the netting. I want to be knight in shining armor.
I'll tell you, if a ball hits me, you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Okay, deal.
Right, comes set, pitches high, 2-2. Bryce Rudisil on deck. Tarp Skunks with a comfortable 8-1 lead, and the 2-2 pitch is high for a ball, 3-2. So it's almost feast or famine for Brady Wright. He gets the batter in the first 2 pitches, or he takes them full. Story standing in. The 3-2. Fouled back, staying alive. We'll do the 3-2 all over again.
That one a little bit closer to us.
And the 3-2. Called strike 3. And Story is going to grab some pine for the first or for the second out of the inning.
And that is Wright's 5th strikeout of the night. 8 batters, 8 outs for Brady Wright, 5 of them Ks. That is certainly a confidence booster.
Yeah, and 2 of those Ks looking as the first pitch fouled back by Rudisil. Uncomfortably closer to our booth window here.
And like I said, I am ready to go. I am in the same type of ready stance as the Skunks on the field.
And the pitch called strike 2 on the outside corner.
I will acknowledge that was a very good frame job there by Bobby Stang. That one looked a little bit more off the plate.
And the pitch grounded up the middle. Matrenga over to Scarfone for the out, and a 1-2-3 top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Tarp Skunks still lead 8-1. Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works and Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social emotional learning and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are paired up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that is getting too close to home. 1 pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life. which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit dea.gov/onepill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Tarp Skunks with an 8-1 lead over the Olean Oilers. I'm learning. As Steven Scarfone will lead it off. He led it off in the second inning, striking out looking to join the hit parade as the first pitch is swung on, fouled straight back. That missed our booth by what?
A good 4 or 5 feet. That one actually ended up hitting the wood of our booth and ricocheted back into the field.
As the 1-0 pitch, curveball missing badly, up and away, 1-1. Scarfone settling in, the 1-1 pitch. So again, there's a ground ball to second. Fulcher has it, up and throws to Rudisil. And that is going to be out number 1 in the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Noah Brooks.
Never fear, Noah Brooks is right-handed. You do not have to worry as much about a pitch going 5 feet from our heads.
Brooks 1 for 1 on the day, singled and scored back in the second inning. As Norton's first pitch is a curveball way outside for a ball, 1-0. You can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief now.
Noah Brooks, a freshman hailing from Siena College. His hometown, Palmyra, New York.
Swinging, there's a slow roller to short. Up with it as Wilson throws over to first, 2 away. So Norton's come in and calm things down after 2 wild pitches and a pass ball. The line on Marsh, 2/3 of an inning, 6 earned runs, 3 hits. As Griffin Snyder comes up to the plate, flied out for the second out in inning number 2. Looked like he squared a bunt, but a called strike.
Griffin Snyder, a redshirt junior out of Clarion University, hometown Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
As Norton's 0-1 pitch, way outside for a ball, 1-1. Olean needs a quick inning out of Norton. They've been out on the field way too long.
The longer you are outside on defense in that heat, the more tired you are going to be and the more defeated you are going to be. And that's exactly what ended up happening with the Salamanca Lizards yesterday.
2-1 the count. 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning. And the pitch swinging. There's a liner foul down the third baseline. A little late on the fastball. Tried to poke it the other way, but just a little foul. And we'll do the 2s. 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out. As the 2-2 pitch, curveball high for a ball, 3-2. And I don't know if you're seeing this or not, Matty G, but when he goes to throw his curveball, he's almost tipping his pitch. His delivery is a little bit more delayed.
Yeah, you'll have that. They want to make sure that they have the ball in the correct angle.
There's a fly ball into right field that will fall for a base hit. And so Snyder gets on to keep the inning alive, and that will bring up the 10th place hitter, the second baseman, Connor Kiefer.
There is more action out in the Oilers bullpen. So if that doesn't confirm it, I don't know what does. That the Oilers are running bullpen by committee. Every pitcher getting an inning to shine.
Yep. Kiefer had a single and scored back in the second. As Snyder takes his lead off first. Norton comes set. The pitch pops out of the glove behind the catcher Atwell, and that is going to be enough to allow Snyder to get to second base, and we'll call that a pass ball. Just popped in and out of the glove of Atwell.
And I do not believe that they are calling that one a strike. It looked a little bit high, for at least from my angle.
And that pitch taken for a strike. We believe the count is 1-1.
Once we get clarification from the umpire, we will let you know.
Scoreboard has 2-0, and that is definitely not right. And the 1-1. Curveball high for a ball, 2-1.
And that is the correct count. I am seeing it from the umpire now.
Oh, it is 3-0.
No, 2-1.
Oh, 2-1. Okay.
Never fear. You have more confidence in yourself.
Oh, that one right down the heart of the plate. 3-2 the count.
The inside corner is something that that number 4, Connor Kiefer, is prone to miss. He has a tendency to crowd the plate a little bit, so the inside is his prone misstep.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that is going to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the 4th inning. Tarp Skunks still lead 8-1. Now on the mound for Jamestown, Benjamin Escobar, right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 180-pound, incoming freshman, sent to Margarita, California. Wasting away in Margaritaville. As the line on Brady Wright spun a beaut through 3, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 innings pitched, and I think that definitely is the kind of confidence booster he needed coming into this game.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Looking at pitching, you need to have a short-term memory, and that is exactly what Brady Wright decided to have to allow him to come out on top against the Olean Oilers tonight. And we're looking to see if Benjamin Escobar, the incoming freshman from Xavier University, will be able to continue with that momentum, still sitting comfortably with a 7-run lead, and so they got 6 runs of insurance.
Coming up to the plate for the Oilers is the designated hitter, Chase Fisher. Struck out looking back in the 1st inning. His 2nd plate appearance on the day as Escobar kicks and throws. First pitch taken a little high for a ball, 1-0.
There is more action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. I'm not 100% certain if that's for anything massive or if they could just be playing catch as they are the next one up. But there is action down there at the current moment.
2-0 the count on Fisher. Swing and a miss on the 2-0 pitch. It's a good fastball just off the plate. Had Fisher chasing. Gets the count to 2-1. The pitch inside for a ball, 3-1. So Fisher in a great position here. Rossano on deck. And the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Going back to the outside corner. Fisher just couldn't keep up. So now the count is full. Escobar comes set. The pitch. Outside for a ball, he walked him. So a leadoff walk by Escobar to Fisher, and that is going to bring up the number 5 hitter, the third baseman, Cooper Rossano. Rossano walked and scored back in the second inning. Runner takes his lead from first. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Another beautiful day for baseball here at Dietrich Park as the next pitch is taken for a called strike to 0-2 the count.
It's absolutely a beautiful day. 76 degrees, partly cloudy. Like this is a perfect day for baseball. These fans that showed up for $2 night are definitely getting their money's worth.
Absolutely. No wind. The flag in center field is straight down. And speaking of straight down, Rossano is going to go straight to the bench to sit down as he strikes out for out number 1, and that will bring up the left fielder, Dominic Guccia. Guccia also a strikeout victim. 6 strikeouts for Brady Wright in his appearance. 1 strikeout so far for Escobar, so that is now 7 strikeouts for Olean. As now Guccia with a 2-0 count. Runner taking his lead from first. On the outside corner for a called strike, 2-1. Fisher at first, 1 away. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 8-1 Tarp Skunks. The pitch swinging. There's a fly ball into center field. Coming over is Snyder, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Fisher chased back to first, and that will bring up the pitcher / extra hitter, Drew Norton. Norton, left-handed hitter. Singled on a 3-1 pitch back in the second inning. Fisher takes his lead in the first pitch, just misses off the outside for a ball, 1-0. Escobar comes set, the pitch fouled back, 1-1. Escobar continuing his trend of good pitching, came in relief back in opening day and did a tremendous job. As the next pitch missing for a ball, 2-1. Coming up for the Tarp Skunks in the bottom of the 4th inning will be the top of the order, Harpalani, Matrenga, and Stang as the 2-1 pitch taken on the inside corner for a called strike. So a set of ducks, 2 balls, 2 strike, 2 out. And the pitch. Ground ball to first, picked cleanly by Scarfone. Will take it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Tarp Skunks 8 and the Oilers 1. We'll be back in just a moment.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the experts. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. Learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit PlylerEntry.com. New pitcher on the mound for the Olean Oilers, and it is going to be Shohei Yamashita. Shohei Yamashita right-handed pitcher, 6'1", 236, a sophomore from New Concord, Ohio, hailing from Muskingum College. And this isn't my inning to commentate yet. Enjoy that name.
Yeah. Actually, when it comes to Asian Pacific, I'm actually pretty on those. Got a lot of friends that live out in Japan and South Korea, so
Hey, you got pen pals.
yeah. Well, the internet's a wonderful thing.
And once again, there is more action in the Olean Oilers bullpen. We'll have to see who will be following Shohei Yamashita in the next inning.
So Yamashita will face Harpalani, Matrenga, and Stang, the 1-2-3 hitters. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Jamestown 8 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Oilers 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Harpalani 2 for 2 today, 2 base hits, and RBI, has scored 2 runs. So he's had a busy day at the dish. Yamashita comes set, the first pitch. Swinging, there's a line drive towards second, picked up and thrown over to first by Fulcher. And 1 pitch and 1 away for the Oilers in the bottom of the fourth inning. And coming to the plate is going to be the shortstop, Austin Matrenga. Matrenga flied out in the first inning, walked, and eventually scored on a wild pitch back in that 6-run second. So officially 0 for 1 on the day, looking for his first base hit of the game. The pitch way outside for a ball, 1-0. Yamashita gets his pitch, goes into the windup, and the pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-1. Very deliberate motion that Shohei Yamashita employs. Very reminiscent of a Kentamadia, Daisuke. Remember Daisuke with the Red Sox?
Yeah. Honestly, in my opinion, it reminds me more of a Bartolo Colon-esque windup.
As the 2-1 pitch right down the heart for a strike. 2-2 the count. Matrenga looking for anything close, choking up on the bat. Just a little bit, and the pitch. Swinging, there's a foul off to the third base side. Watch out in the dugout. Then we'll do 2-2 again.
That actually just went over the head of the on-deck circle. Bobby Stang having to play a little bit of dodgeball there. But luckily, despite the fact he's 6'4", that was still over his head.
The 2-2. Outside for a ball. 3-2 the count. We are full. Stang on deck. Followed by Stojanovic if he were to get on. And the pitch. Swinging, there's another foul off to the right, or off to the left. And the 3-2 pitch on the way to Matrenga. Swung on. There's a ground ball towards second. Up with it is Fulcher. Has it, throws on to first, and that is 2 away. 2 ground outs to second here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Bobby Stang, who had a monstrous 2-run home run back in the first inning that went at least 385 feet. Walked back in the second and scored on a wild pitch.
You might be able to see it from your screen. The yellow Lafayette Corners sign over on the left center field wall is where he put it out. It ended up ricocheting off of the blue wall above it.
There's a little flare out to right field. Going back on it, though, is Fulcher, and he makes the catch. So a busy afternoon or a busy inning for Fulcher at second base. 1, 2, 3, go the Tarp Skunks. We go to the top of the fifth inning It's still Tarp Skunks 8 and the Oilers 1. Our top of the 5th inning summary. 8 runs, 6 hits for the Tarp Skunks. A huge 6-run inning for Jamestown. In the first inning, Bobby Stang with a 2-run home run, and then 6 runs scored in the second inning for Jamestown, 3 of them coming on wild pitch or a passed ball. And that is where we stand. Brady Wright, 3 innings pitched, 1 run, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. Benjamin Escobar set for his second inning of work, and here to tell you all about it is the big man, Matty G.
Thank you very much, Dre. Now, Escobar is going to be facing the bottom of the Oilers lineup. It's going to be Atwell, Fulsher, and Piniella. Looking to see if he can possibly keep it that way. Doesn't want to turn the book over in the middle of the inning. As it's going to be Jeremiah Atwell settling in to the batter's box for the Oilers. And we are ready to get this 5th inning underway. First pitch from Escobar. Swung on and lined sharply into left field, and that is going to be an easy first pitch base hit for Jeremiah Atwell. That was a seeing eye single right through the 5-6 gap. And that's going to bring up A.J. Fulsher. Fulsher being the MVP of the bottom of the 4th inning, giving all 3 outs, all hit over his direction. Looking to see if he can use his bat a similar way, as his first pitch is over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Infielders playing double play depth. Outfield playing straight away. As the next pitch from Escobar is in the dirt.
Fulsher singled in his first at bat back in the second inning, was left stranded.
The 1-1, low and outside. Counts now in Fulsher's control, 2-1.
Atwell feeling very comfortable taking his lead over at first base. Not too far, though, not quite out to the cutout.
As that pitch is grounded over towards the first base line, fielded foul.
And that's actually a fortunate break for the Tarp Skunks, because if that was a fair ball, that would have had the effect of a bunt, as there would have been no way to get Atwell at second.
2-2 the count now. Escobar's got the pitch he likes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is yet another strikeout by the Tarp Skunks pitching. And Fulsher is sent down on strikes to bring up J.P. Piniella, the center fielder.
Let me correct something here. It's only 5 strikeouts for Wright. Escobar now with 2. So 7 Olean Oilers down on strikes.
First pitch away for ball 1 for Piniella. As the next pitch from Benjamin Escobar. Right over the heart of the plate. Right at the knees.
And let's give a lot of credit to Bobby Stang behind the dish. He's doing an excellent job of framing a lot of these pitches.
And the 1-1. Again over the heart of the plate. This time a little bit more inside. Piniella still didn't like it, so he didn't bite at it. But the count's now 1-2. 1-2, 1 away. Jeremiah Atwell off first. as this pitch is lined sharply into right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The runners are going to hold at first and second, but 2 liner singles by Atwell and Piniella is going to bring up the top of the order, and Joshua Wilson.
And that was a great job by Kaiser out in right field, deking Atwell, keeping him between first and second, preventing him from going from first to third. So heads up baseball, but Escobar now in a little bit of trouble. Runners at first and second, only 1 away.
Ground ball would be perfect here to set up a double play to get out of the inning. As the first pitch to Josh Wilson just misses the play a little low. Wilson with 2 flyouts on the day so far, flew out to right and to center.
Infield fly rule is in effect.
As the 1-0 in the dirt again, off speed this time, trying to get him to bite, didn't work. Counts 2-0.
Now Escobar laboring, needs to find the zone here. No activity down in the Tarp Skunks bullpen.
The 2-0 outside. And now Wilson firmly in control here. Counts 3 balls, no strikes. Escobar having to climb all the way back here. Doesn't want to see a bases loaded scenario.
Escobar stepping off the rubber. And now I don't know what the umpires are talking to Brady Wright. He stepped off twice now, and I guess he only gets 1 more. I don't know what the conversation is here.
One of the rules that baseball has instituted recently is in order to maximize the speed of gameplay, pitchers are only allowed 2 step-offs per at-bat. If that does happen and he steps off more times than that, it is going to be an added ball, on an automatic ball onto the count. So because of this whole thing, it is going to be a ball 4 for Joshua Wilson based on this rule. He stepped off 3 times in the at-bat to reset, and unfortunately that is illegal. So now it is the bases loaded for Olean, a rule that no one really likes in terms of the baseball players. I personally don't like it as well, but that is unfortunately the rule. They have to abide by it. So now it's the bases loaded and 1 out for Jason Story, as his first pitch is low for a ball. So it would have been ball 4 for Wilson anyway, as it's a 1-0 count now.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that ruling myself. I understand the pace of play issue, but
that pitch outside, 2-0.
My argument with the pace of play issue has always been, you know, who's complaining about it? Is it the players? Is it the fans? If it's the fans complaining about it, then why are you going to the games? If you're going to go to a baseball game, you should expect to be there for 3.5 hours.
Absolutely. As this pitch is swing and a miss. Counts now 2-1.
For the players, too, I mean, you know, it
check swing, did he go? Answer is no. Counts now 3-1.
Yeah, I think for the players too, there's got to be injury concerns that you're rushing, especially with pitchers.
Absolutely. 3-1, bases loaded, 1 out. Corners are in. Ball hit sharply up the middle. It's going to get through for a base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are going to score, and the runners are going to hold up. But the ball goes to the backstop. The runners are now going to advance. The ball got by Bobby Stang and rolled to the backstop on the relay throw in. So a 2-run single for Jason Story and the wild throw from center field into home that got by Bobby Stang allows the runners to advance. It is now runners at second and third with only 1 out. And Coach Justin is going to come out and have a chat with Escobar and Bobby Stang.
Yeah, that's not something that you want to see out of your bullpen, already having an 8-1 lead, now coming out, giving up 2 runs, 1 out, runners at second and third. This is not the way that you want to be able to protect your lead. And so Escobar you know, is probably going to be on a short leash at this point.
Unfortunately, the automatic ball 4 call was a big momentum shifter in this inning to allow the Oilers to have a spark of life, and it is now 8-3 in Tarp Skunks' favor as that brings up Bryce Rudisil as that pitch is foul tipped for strike 1.
Yeah, action now in the Tarp Skunks bullpen, as it's been a rough top of the 5th inning.
As that pitch is tipped, the ball, a runner goes, ball gets by, Stang tried to run it in himself for some reason, could have made that throw over, showing a bit of frustration at this point as that runner does come in on the pass ball. Counts now 1-1, and the score is now 8-4, with the Oilers chipping away and a runner at third.
Yeah, Story now going from second to third on the air.
As this pitch is low, counts now 2-1. So it is Jason Story off first. Bryce Rudisil's next pitch over the heart of the plate. Counts now 2s apiece.
3 runs in for the Oilers here in the top of the 5th inning. Still only 1 out.
And the 2-2. Low and outside. And we are full.
And the natives are getting restless here in the stands as they're seeing a once dominating lead narrow.
Swing and a miss. And Rudisil is down on strikes.
And Escobar needed that for his confidence. I think that ball 4 step off has been really messing with him the last couple of batters. And that strikeout might actually reset him and allow him to get out of this inning.
And that is going to bring up Chase Fisher, the designated hitter.
Fisher has struck out and walked.
First pitch, swing and a miss.
0-1 on the day.
And I got to take a look at the chat here real quick. Real Phoenix TV. Pace of play is just to aid with shortened attention spans. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Counts now 0-2. Shortened attention span is not something that you're looking for when it comes to a baseball game. Baseball games are strategic, in my opinion. You got to be able to come in, have that mental mind game. Baseball is mainly mental. But the 0-2 pitch, hit high and deep into left field, but that is going to go way foul and over the Tarp Skunks bullpen and out of play. If that was hit fair, that could have gone a long way. But we will do 0-2 again.
Yeah, I think pace of play is really Rob Manfred's pet project.
As that pitch goes high and over to the backstop, and that is going to allow Story to score. The pitch thrown way high is a wild pitch. Bobby Stang, no matter how tall he is, couldn't get a hold of that. And the count is now 1-2.
And I think that might have been the best thing for Escobar at this point. Now that there is nobody on base, he can lock down Sutherland and just focus on the hitter.
1-2 the count, 2 out. Swung on and hit high and deep into left field and down the left field line, and that is going to get down, and that might be extra bases. Brooks has it, throws it in the relay, but it's going to be a standing double for Chase Fisher. And this inning will continue with Cooper Rossano.
And you have to wonder how much longer it's going to be before Coach pulls the trigger, as it looks like the first base coach, I was going to go collect some gear, but Fisher put it in his back pocket, and Rossano the batter.
As the first pitch to Rossano is outside for ball 1. Score is now 8-5 Skunks, as this is a very big crooked number and a very big inning for the Oilers to shrink that 7-run lead to 3. As that pitch is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, comments about the pitch clock and, you know, a lot of pitchers with the Tommy John injuries. As that one missed. I'm a fan of the pitch clock. I do like the pitch clock, but I don't like how short it is. I think it needs to be extended another 10 seconds.
I can agree with you on that one. 2-1 in the count. As they're checking, did he go? This time he did. And the count is now 2-2 on the check swing that went around. So 2-2, 2 out. Fisher off a second. And the pitch just misses a little high. It's a close pitch there, but the count is now full.
That looked like that one was right at the letters. Could have gone either way.
Well, we're going to have a payoff pitch here, and here it is. Chop swing over to Escobar. He'll take it himself. The throw is picked by Scarfone, and that is going to be the third out of the inning, but not before the damage was done. 4 runs across, 1 runner left on base for the Olean Oilers. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, the score is now Tarp Skunks 8, Oilers 5. Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right path can be daunting. But fear not, because the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts from Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201, Painted Post, New York 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. New pitcher on the mound for the Olean Oilers is going to be the coach, Mike Beimel's son, Nathan Beimel. Nathan Beimel, a left-handed pitcher, 6'3", 215. He is from St. Mary's, Pennsylvania. He is a senior out of the University of Pittsburgh. No branch campus. He goes to Pitt. And there are going to be some changes on the field as well. Replacing Atwell on the field and at the catcher's position is going to be Jake Meeker. Looking at the rest of the field, Rossano will stay at third. Fulcher will stay at second. Wilson will stay at short. Rudisil will stay at first. Story stays in right. Piniella stays in center. And Guccia stays in left. So the catcher will change for the Oilers. And it is going to be Stojanovic leading off for the Skunks. It's going to go Stojanovic, Schroeder, Kaiser in that order to face Beimel.
You know, I understand the pitching by committee here, but Yamashita only faced 3 batters in the 4th inning. I would have brought him out for a 5th inning of work.
As that pitch is high for ball 1.
You know, because only facing 3 hitters and then hitting the bench, you're not getting much of a sweat built up.
As the 1-0 from Beimel again misses high. 2-0. And the next pitch from Beimel just misses a little inside now. Beimel struggling to find the plate a little bit. Counts now 3-0 to DJ Stojanovic.
Yeah, this umpire's not giving the inside part of the black at all.
The 3-0, that one's over the heart of the plate.
Stojanovic in take mode the whole way. Now 3-1. You have to believe the green light's on.
Still in firm control is Stojanovic. Has the 3-1. Just misses the inside corner. Much to some Oilers fans' dismay. Some Oilers fans on the right field, on the showing their distaste.
Vocal turnout for Olean.
And that brings up Tommy Schroeder.
And again, Schroeder crowding that plate.
Stojanovic off first. Squares to bunt, but pulls back as that pitch was high. The third baseman now playing in. He is ready for the bunt now. As Beimel comes set, and a pickoff attempt over to Stojanovic at first. The lefty pickoff's a little bit trickier to see. So the Tarp Skunks playing with a little bit more conservative of a lead.
Yeah, left-handers, they don't have to do the whole step off behind them, spin and turn and try to make an accurate throw while their body's in motion. It's just a step off and a quick little flip.
As that pitch was high, 2-0. Next pitch to Schroeder. Again, high again. Counts 3-0, and the catcher, Jake Meeker, will come out to the mound and have a word with Nathan Beimel.
And I think the conversation is going to be pretty simple. Throw strikes.
Well, a lot of these pitches have been high, as Tommy Schroeder plays a little bit of a baton game with his bat while he waits for the meeting to be over. A lot of these pitches have been high, so the main thing that he needs to know is you're throwing downhill. You're on a mound. You're high up above everyone else. Throw downhill into the zone. If you're throwing straight off of the mound from where you are, it is going to be high no matter what. So the 3-0, ball 4 inside. And again, the Oilers fans making themselves known.
It's always easy to be an umpire from the stands.
And they're saying, fix your strike zone. You can hear them I can hear them very clearly. Yeah. As that brings up Clayton Kaiser. That pitch way high and inside. A little bit of sweet chin music there for Clayton Kaiser.
Back in the left-hander off the plate. A little lefty on lefty action. And looks like he took a step back from the plate.
Stojanovic off second, Schroeder off first. Runners checked. And that pitch is over the heart of the plate, first strike one. And finally a called strike, says the Oilers fans. 1-1 the count. And the pitch from Beimel. Curveball over the heart of the plate, jelly-legging Clayton Kaiser, as the count's now 1-2.
Yeah, that he took his timing step to take his stride and just completely buckled when that ball broke.
So 1-2, nobody out, runners on first and second. Schroeder doing a little dance off of first.
Outfield playing pretty much straight away.
As that pitch is swing and a miss, and Kaiser is down on strikes. And that is going to bring up Steven Scarfone to the plate.
Kaiser, only the fourth strikeout victim for the Oilers today. He struck out twice. Scarfone struck out looking back in the second and grounded out to second in the third inning.
So 2 on and 1 away as the next pitch from Beimel. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not, says the field umpire. Count is 1-0.
Field umpire in a little better position to judge a left-handed swing than a right-handed swing.
Beimel's got the sign he likes. Checks Stoyanovich at second. And the 1-0. On the inside corner, just missing the plate.
Much to the dismay of the Oilers fans that are in attendance here tonight.
They're asking where the strike zone is, but the one thing that I will say is that this home plate umpire has been consistent. He hasn't been calling the inside of the plate all day, as that pitch is swung on and ripped over the third base side. A car possibly being put in danger there. There is action over in the Tarp Skunks and the Oilers bullpens. Both bullpens seeing some warm-ups. As a 2-1 count to Scarfone. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. He took a healthy hack at that one. But the count's now 2-2.
Stoyanovich and Strader, the runners on base. Infield playing pretty much straight away.
And the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Scarfone falling victim again to being called out on strikes on that outside corner. That was the exact place he got called out on last time he struck out. But that's going to bring up Noah Brooks.
2 consecutive strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. 5th strikeout by Oilers pitchers here today.
So runners on first and second and 2 away for Noah Brooks. As his first pitch from Beimel, a little high and inside. And the 1-0. Called strike 1. Looked like that was more of a timing pitch for Brooks. Just trying to learn the speed and direction of Nathan Beimel. And the 1-1. Way inside. Counts now 2-1. That pitch was so far inside that it didn't even have the ability to be framed by Meeker to allow the Oilers fans to become upset once again. The 2-1 swung on and fouled back to the netting in the backstop, and we are even at 2s.
This is an important out right now. Got runners threatening for the Tarp Skunks. The Oilers need to shut down Brooks here and get their offense back on the field.
2-2. And the wheel and deal is bouncing in the dirt just before the plate. Trying to play a game of cricket.
That's definitely not going to get you out of the inning.
But the count is now full. So 3-2, 2 out, runners on first and second. The runners take off as that pitch is fouled back to the backstop, and we will do it again.
Big healthy hack by Brooks trying to drive the ball into the gap. Base hit scores a run, essentially.
Schroeder having some words with the shortstop, Joshua Wilson, having a smile. Schroeder always having a good time when he's out on the field.
He's taking a lead off first base the size of Manhattan.
And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Brooks goes down on strikes. So the damage held up. And Beimel able to get out of the jam. No runs on no hits. 2 runners left on base. As it's time to head to the top of the 6th with a score, the Skunks 8, Oilers 5. New pitcher on the mound for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Dual player, I should say, Griffin White. Griffin White, 6'5", 215, a freshman out of Columbus, Ohio, going to Wagner College. He originally comes from Olean Berlin High School. Some of his numbers, some of his credentials. He is a two-time All-Ohio Capital Conference Award winner and holds the record for the most career strikeouts in school history, and also threw the first no-hitter in Olean Berlin High School history. So the man's got some numbers behind him. In his first year at Wagner College, he made 3 appearances, had 5 1/3 innings of work, allowed 5 earned runs, so an ERA of 8.44, 2 walks and 4 Ks in that stretch. Looking to see if he can use those credentials from high school to his advantage here tonight.
Close the book on Benjamin Escobar. 2 innings pitched, 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. So Griffin White, the third pitcher, used for the Tarp Skunks in this one. He'll be facing 6, 7, 8, Guccia, Norton, and Meeker.
So Dominic Guccia stepping up to the plate now to face Griffin White for the first time. As the first pitch ripped foul down the left field line, just missed the plate. And I have to make a correction here. It is not Guccia hitting right now. Pinch hitter for the Olean Oilers, Weston Thompson. 6', 180 from Niagara County Community College. He hails from NCCC. So the 0-1 pitch to Weston just misses the plate. Counts 1-1.
Guccia 0 for 2, struck out, flied out, so Thompson replacing him here in the top of the 6th.
As that pitch is high, and the count is now 2-1. So White finds the pitch he likes, and the delivery.
Oh!
Hits Thompson square in the back.
And some reaction out of the Oilers dugout. That one hit him. I don't know if that hit him in the top of the shoulders and the bottom of the helmet.
Luckily, that did miss his helmet. It would have sounded a little bit differently, but whatever the case, it does look like he's okay. Maybe we'll have a little bruise on his back after tonight is over. As that'll bring up Drew Norton. Checks the runner at first, and the pitch over the heart of the plate. Easy call, strike 1. And I make another correction. This is another pinch hitter for the Olean Oilers. This is Nolan Cutney. So Nolan Cutney replacing Drew Norton. And Cutney's 0-1 ripped down the right field line and foul. So Cutney, 6'2", 195 from Montoursville, Pennsylvania. He's a sophomore at Hill Junior College. His 0-2 from Griffin. Chopped foul over to the Tarp Skunks dugout, and we will do 0-2 all over again.
The Oilers bringing in some reserves, trying to keep the Tarp Skunks guessing, try to cut that 3-run deficit down here.
And the 0-2. Low and outside. Counts now 1-2. It's a good piece of discipline there from Nolan Cutney.
Yeah, he watched that pitch all the way to the outside. You can see it in his body language as well. Infield playing at double play depth. Outfield straightaway.
1-2 the count. And the pitch from Griffin White. Low and in the dirt. Count's now sitting at 2s apiece.
And again, crouching down, following that ball all the way into the zone. Hard pressed to think he's going to get caught looking.
Weston Thompson gets checked off first. And the 2-2. High, and the count is now full. So a good at-bat here by Nolan Cutney, starting out 0-2 and climbing all the way back to a full count. And the payoff pitch from Griffin White. It's going to be low and outside, and that is going to be another free base given for Griffin White. And that is going to bring up Jake Meeker.
Yeah, and if I'm Bobby Stang, I'm going out there and having that conversation quickly. Calm him down.
Meeker sets in. And they're calling a balk on Griffin White. Griffin White saying, that's my fault. I'm not 100% certain as to what he did. But because a balk was called, the runners advance and is now second and third with nobody out. And that pitch gets away from Stang, and that is going to allow the runner to score. So a critical error from Griffin White, and then a missed play by Bobby Stang allows the runner to score. And it is now 8-6, and the Oilers still chipping away.
Yeah, this is a little concerning. We've seen the Tarp Skunks be able to put up runs in bunches. They've been shut down the last 3 innings and have let the Oilers come back in this game.
As that pitch is high, the count's now 2-0 to Jake Meeker. As Cutney leads off third. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Healthy hack from Meeker at that one. But the count's now 2-1. So 2-1, nobody out, runner at third. Interesting scenario here as the Skunks only have 1 run of insurance left as that pitch is fouled back and off of the face mask of Bobby Stang.
Yeah, Stang got stung with a foul ball right off the mask. That does not feel good. I've had a few of those playing catcher and as an umpire.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Meeker goes down on strikes. And that was huge for Griffin White as a confidence boost. He needs to dig in as the Skunks only have 1 run of insurance remaining as they've been shut down over the past 3 innings. And it's going to be another pinch hitter here. Replacing A.J. Fulcher is going to be Thomas Bates. Bates' first pitch is over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Bates, an Olean, New York native. He's a sophomore at John Carroll University, 5'11", 170. As his next pitch, chop over to White himself. He'll take it, check the runner at first smartly to allow Cutney to run back to third, and it's going to be a 1-3 put away. And again, that is another huge, huge, huge out to try and limit the damage to only 1 run here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, good job by White. Basic PFP, pitcher fielding practice, fundamentals. Get the ball, look the runner back to third, make a clean throw to first.
As there's another pinch hitter, replacing J.P. Piniella is going to be Kaz Uhara. As that pitch was low and outside for ball 1. Kaz Uhara, small guy, lefty hitter, 5'9", 145 from Bradenton, Florida. As that pitch is outside for ball 2. He is a freshman out of Wofford College. So Griffin White comes set. And the 2-0. Way inside So now Kaz with a great scenario here, 3-0.
Nothing doing at the Tarp Skunks bullpen. Olean does have someone warming up.
And the 3-0. Ball four, a 4-pitch walk for Kaz Uhara. And that is going to bring up the top of the order. But another replacement, replacing Joshua Wilson, is going to be Joey Chitla. But not before Coach Justin is going to come out and have a talk with Griffin White. So it seems like the Oilers are going to be at the halfway mark, replacing the entirety of their lineup, it seems like.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, again, in an exhibition-type game, it doesn't hurt to get as many people out onto the field as possible.
And that could be another reason why they are going bullpen by committee. Maybe they're going team by committee as well.
Very well could be the case. It seems to have been working for them so far, as they've been able to hang into this ball game.
So runners on the corners with 2 outs for Joey Chitla, another smaller guy, 5'10", 165, from Wake Forest, North Carolina. He is a freshman also at Wofford College. So Kaz off first and Cutney off third. As the first pitch to White. First pitch from White is over the heart of the plate, called strike one. So Chitla with a wide stance. As the 0-1. A little high. Counts now 1-1. So White comes set. Checks the runner. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chase that pitch in the dirt. And Chitla now in a 1-2 deficit.
And I'm throwing that pitch again if I'm White.
You obviously want to get out of this inning as close to unscathed as possible. And the 1-2. Called! Strike three on the outside corner. Chitla knew it. So 1 run on 2 hits with runners left on the corners. But another run coming across. So the score as we head to the bottom of the 6th, the score is 8-6 in the Skunks' favor.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that is getting too close to home. 1 pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit dea.gov/1pill if you think you know someone at risk, or call 716-664-3608. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, due up for the Tarp Skunks, Snyder Kiefer in the top of the order, Harpalani. And here to tell you about that bottom of the 6th inning is my friend and broadcast colleague, Matty G. Go ahead, Matty.
Thank you, Ture. Thank you. The new pitcher on the mound for the Oilers is going to be Joe Long. Joe Long, 6'1", 190 from Cuba, New York. He is a senior from the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford. The 6'1" sidewinder taking this inning, and taking a look at the field to see who replaced who. It is going to be Jack Painter now at third. The new catcher is going to be Dominic Caffarillo. So they're making a whole bunch of changes here. As Joey Cheatla goes to short. And is going to be Thomas Bates at second. Story remains in left. Kaz goes to center. And Thompson will go to left. As this first pitch is hit high into center field, it's going to be tracked down by Kazuhara. And it's going to be one pitch, one out.
Yeah, Olean's fans got a little overexcited about a routine flyout.
As that's going to bring up Connor Kiefer to the plate now. So one pitch, one out for Joey Long. As square to bunt, as that is called foul.
And it looks like the pitcher is trying to get...
Joey Long is arguing that the ball hit Kiefer while he was in the box, so he should be out, is the argument being made. I don't believe that is the case. If the ball hits the batter when they're in the box, it should just be a foul ball.
It's a
so
dead
it was
ball.
Foul ball anyway.
Yeah, you have to be 1 foot out of the box for you to be considered live in play.
So they're saying he's going to stay there with a foul ball. An interesting argument there from Joey Long. Beimel's now going to come out and talk to the home plate umpire. So Joey Long comes set in the 0-1. As Lowe counts now ones apiece.
It's the lights here at Dietrich Field taking over.
The 1-1 a little outside. I will acknowledge the 2-1 pitch as the 2-1 count. A sidewinder like Joey Long is going to be a little bit harder to see as an umpire because it's coming at a completely different angle. But the 2-1 inside. And now Kiefer in firm control with a count of 3-1.
Yeah, Kiefer going to have the green light here. Trying to get something going for the Tarp Skunks.
3-1 from Long. It's a little outside. Ball 4. Long puts his hands on his hips, thinking he should be out from that argument he made on that bunt play.
And that's not going to ingratiate you to the umpiring crew. Didn't get your way on the bunt, and now hands on the hips and displeasure of that ball 4 call.
So Harbalani comes to the plate now for the Skunks. As that pitch is on the outside corner of the knees, called strike 1. Joe shakes off a pitch, checks the runner. And the 0-1 to Harbalani is in the dirt. Fielded cleanly by Caparillo.
Olean changing almost their entire lineup out there.
1-1 again in the dirt.
Just to keep them fresh. It was a very, very warm day at the start of this ball game. It has cooled down nicely. It has turned into an absolutely beautiful evening here.
Temperature is now 72. And the 2-1. Swung on and hit high and deep into left field. Tracking it is Thompson, and he will make the grab. The runner will hold at first. A good piece of hitting, but unfortunately in an easy place for a track down by Thompson out in left. And that is going to bring up Austin Matrenga.
Matrenga flied out in the first. walked and scored in the second, grounded out to second in the fourth inning.
So runner on first, 2 out. The first pitch from Joey Long is over the heart of the plate, easy, called strike 1. Petrenka should almost use Joey Long's arm angle as a way to pull this ball down the right field line. It's an easy angle for him. As that pitch is a little outside, Joey Long showing a little distaste on that pitch.
I don't know. If I'm Petrenka, I'm looking to take it the other way, possibly down the third base line, go extra bases. Long's been going at the outside part of the plate.
As that pitch is swung on and hit right over our heads.
I did not like that. Not one bit.
I did. It was. You think that was hit really hard. You should wait and see when someone actually gets a hold of it. But the count is now 1-2. 1-2, 2 out, runner goes. As that ball is a little outside, Caparillo did not make an attempt at second base. He wanted that strike 3 call, but did not get it.
So catcher's indifference on the stolen base.
So 2-2, 2 out, Kiefer off a second. And the pitch. Called strike 3. Joey Long gets the looking K, and that is going to end the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left on base. We are going to go to the top of the 7th, and as we go to the top of the 7th, we will have Dre Guinness take over. Still 8-6 Skunks.
Don't forget, the Tarp Skunks' next home game is this Thursday, 11 a.m. for the first pitch, as the Niagara Falls Americans come to visit Dietrich Stadium.
That game is Kids Day, Dre. So that game is sold out. So make sure you tune in here because there will not be very many seats available as neighboring schools, Jamestown, Falconer, Frewsburg, Randolph, Maple Grove, among others, are all going to be coming to the ballpark, and it is going to be Kids Day here on the field. So make sure you tune in so that way you'll be able to enjoy the game without the screaming kids around your ears.
Plus, it's a good way to pretend you're working. If you have a job and you're focusing intently on the screen, people are going to think you're working, but you're actually watching Tarp Skunks baseball. Good opportunity there. Also, Auburn comes in to town on Friday night, 6:30 for the first pitch, and this homestand wraps up on Saturday against Niagara Falls as well, 6:30, the first pitch.
Another new player for the Oilers replacing Jason Story is Michael Cole. And here to tell you about that is Dre Guinness.
All right, as we approach the top of the 7th inning, Escobar, or make that Griffin White with his second inning of work, misses for the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count. Cole, right-handed hitter, crowding the plate. White comes set, and the pitch. Outside and low for a ball, 2-0.
There is action over in the Tarp Skunks bullpen.
Oh, this game has been a tale of 2 ball games, really. You had the first half of the game where the Tarp Skunks were in control, easily 6-2, and then 4 runs in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. It's a 2-run ball game, 8-6. 3-0 the count to Cole. And he takes a strike, 3-1. Cole replacing Story out in right field. And the pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 2.
Rudisil remaining in the game. He is on deck here. So far, he is the only player we've seen that hasn't been replaced in the lineup.
And the 3-1. Or 3-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Cole is a strikeout victim here in the top of the 7th. That is going to bring up Bryce Rudisil.
That was absolutely a challenge pitch by Griffin White saying, hey, I'm putting this right at your numbers. This is my best fastball. If you can hit it, more power to you. But it was a foul tip into Stang's glove, and just like that, he's back on the bench.
Rudisil 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout as White's first pitch way off the plate for a ball. 1-0 the count. Rudisil, left-handed hitter, standing in the center of the box, exposing the outside part of the plate. And the pitch. Try to go outside with it way high and away. 2-0 the count. White gets his sign, comes set, and the pitch. Taken high for a ball, 3-0, so second consecutive batter goes to 3-0. We'll see if White can lock down and repeat what he did with Cole. Come back with 3 straight strikes. 3-0 pitch, swinging a foul, first base side, and bounce into the stands. And a souvenir for a lucky young lady. Three and 1 to Rudisil. The pitch. Taken at the letters for a strike, 3-2.
He thought that pitch was inside. He hasn't been calling the inside corner, but apparently he was able to get that one. The count's full yet again.
So working back to a full count. White comes set, the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts after going 3-0 to both Cole and Rudisil. Both rings them up.
Kind of giving Coach Justin a little heart attack. Starting out 3-0, 2 straight batters, but managed to K both of them. Coach Justin probably wiping the sweat off his brow right now.
As we're going to have a replacement designated hitter for Chase Fisher.
Is going to be Dustin Hendricks.
Hendricks takes the first pitch for a ball.
Hendricks, a local native. He's from Lakewood, New York, only about 10 minutes from here. So he's no stranger to this ballpark.
And the pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Yeah, just down the street from where I live. I'm like right on the border of Lakewood, so.
Probably went to Southwestern High School. He is a sophomore at Hilbert College, 6'2", 205.
Now facing a 2-0 count. Inside for a ball, 3-0. So 3 consecutive batters go 3-0.
Deja vu, question mark?
We'll see if White can pull off the hat trick. 3-0, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning, and that is going to be a 4-pitch walk for Dustin Hendricks. And that's going to bring up the new third baseman,
Jack Painter.
So now Jack Painter in. Runner at first.
Jack Painter, 6'2", 195, from Columbia, South Carolina. He's a freshman out of Wofford College.
So tying run at the plate. 2 away here, top of the 7th inning. White's first pitch in the dirt. Gets behind Stang, but not far enough for the runner to advance. 0-1 the count. Runner takes their lead. 1-0 pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-0.
It was a very struggle inning here for Griffin White. very inconsistent at the beginning of the at-bat, seemingly trying to turn it on at the end and only at the end. He needs to be able to maintain consistency. First pitch strike is usually what you're looking for.
Yeah, you have to think that his day is getting close to an end here. This might be the last batter he faces as he goes 3-0 to Painter. 4 consecutive batters he's gone 3-0 to.
He is over 20 pitches this inning alone.
And another 4-pitch walk, and that's going to put the potential go-ahead run at the plate as Weston Thompson steps in for his second at-bat of the evening. He came in back in the 6th, was hit by a pitch, eventually came around to score on a balk and a pass ball. Has a chance to tie this ball game up. White comes set, the pitch. Did he go? And the outfield umpire or infield umpire says no. 1-0.
A lot of chatter from both dugouts right now. This is practically, this is a really close ball game at this point. So this is the competition that I was talking about very early on in the game.
Runners at first and second, the pitch. Oh, he definitely went that time. Oh, and they've got a runner caught between first and second to throw. In time, he is gone. And that is an unconventional way to end the top of the 7th inning on a pickoff. And that is that. No runs, no hits. One runner left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time. It is the Tarp Skunks 8 and the Oilers 6.
The bottom of the 7th is always going to be a ton of fun as you have the 7th inning stretch happening. We just watched a Tarp Skunks player not in uniform end up chugging a beer on the Tarp Skunks dugout as the Oilers warm up. New pitcher on the mound is going to be Rudy Guardiola. 6'2", 210 from Laredo, Texas. He is a sophomore from Coastal Bend College. He will be taking over for the Oilers.
On $2 beer night.
Yeah, on $2 beer night, you have been someone chugging beer. If that doesn't get the fans hyped up, I don't know what will.
Well, if I knew that was going to be the case, I would have made a couple trips down to the concession stand myself, but we head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They were a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturers and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to the doors, they are the experts. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. Dre, what's going on in the field?
Bobby Stang leading it off for the Tarp Skunks, takes the first pitch to the outside for a ball, 1-0. Stang has scored 2 runs. Oh, by the way, he's also hit a mammoth 2-run home run back in the first. Taking a home run chop right there, fouled at the plate, 1-1 the count. Home run walk and popped out to second. Back in the 4th inning, officially 1 for 2 on the day. Does have 3 RBIs. As that walk back in the 2nd inning was with the bases loaded. Taken right down the middle for a called strike 2. 1-2 the count as we're getting into the twilight of this ball game. Bottom of the 7th inning. 8-6 Tarp Skunks with the lead. And the pitch. Oh, and they said that he went around, and that is going to be a strikeout.
That is
the
the
first
perfect,
out of the inning.
That is the place where you want the infield umpire to be if you're going to have a check swing go around. And unfortunately, that didn't go in the Skunks' favor.
So Guardiola picking up a strikeout, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, DJ Stoyanovich. Stoyanovich walked twice, scored a run. He's also flied out to second base. And the first pitch taken outside for a ball, 1-0. On deck is the extra hitter, Tommy Schroeder. Clayton Kaiser to follow if they can get on base here. And the 1-1 pitch is driven into right field, hanging and diving and making an outstanding catch is Michael Cole out in right field to rob Stoyanovich of a single, and that is 2 away. That'll bring up Tommy Schrader.
That is an absolutely brilliant piece of glove work there by Michael Cole. That is the second diving catch that the Oilers have had today. And let me tell you, these outfielders are definitely willing to lay it all on the line to try and put momentum in their favor.
Tommy Schroeder, 3 plate appearances today, officially no at-bats, has walked twice and been hit by a pitch. Almost gets hit by that one as that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch, high and away for a ball, 2-0. Guardiola has pitched rather quickly here in this inning. A strikeout and a flyout to right. 2-0 to Schrader. Schroeder as he takes ball 3, 3-0. On deck is Clayton Kaiser. Tarp Skunks looking to get someone on base here, try to extend this inning. As the 3-0 pitch taken for a called strike, Schroeder didn't agree with it, was ready to head to first, but we'll do a 3-1 pitch instead. Guardiola trying to do a 1-2-3 here. Next pitch right down the middle at the knees for a called strike. We are full. 3-2. 2 away, bottom of the 7th inning. Nobody on. And the Tarp Skunks with an 8-6 lead. Guardiola comes set to pitch. Taken low for a ball, and Guardiola thought he had it. As a matter of fact, everybody on Olean thought he had it as they started walking to the dugout. And I'm not sure he didn't have it, but the way that they started to pop off the field after the ball crossed the plate may have irked the home plate umpire a little bit and given him the ball.
Whatever the case, Clayton Kaiser wants to be able to do some damage in that retrospect.
Pitch popped up on the infield. Painter underneath it and catches it for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 8th inning. It's still the Tarp Skunks 8 and the Oilers 6.
Here is a very interesting call, Dre. I have to call this out really quick. Griffin White is remaining on the mound. Do you agree with this call?
Yeah, to an extent. If he's going to come out there, though, he's going to be on a very short leash. I think he has the luxury of letting one batter get on base. Anything more than that, and he's going to get pulled.
There is a lot of action out in the Tarp Skunks bullpen, so naturally he would have that short leash. I mean, like you said, 4 straight batters last inning. He started out 3-0. He managed to strike out 2 of them, but he will have to dial in here in the top of the 8th, especially considering this is now a 2-run ball game.
As the throw goes down to second, the Oilers set to come to bat. It's going to be Thompson, Cudney, and Meeker, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Oilers. Thompson, who came in the 6th inning, was hit by a pitch, moved to third on a balk, and scored on a pass ball. So now Griffin White starting his 4th inning of work here. Make that 3rd inning of work. First pitch just low for a ball, 1-0.
I see Coach Justin heading down to the bullpen to check on the pitchers to see who's ready, who's not.
As the 1-0 pitch. And that hit him. That is going to put Thompson on base. And
that ended up hitting Bobby Stang as well. Bobby Stang in a little bit of pain here. So the umpire will walk out and hand the ball to Griffin White himself to give Bobby Stang a second to recuperate from getting hit by that pitch.
And that shows respect, I think. I think that shows respect that Stang has been respectful behind the plate, hasn't questioned any calls. And, you know, as a catcher, if you show up the umpire, you're not going to get that courtesy. So here we go, runner at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Griffin White coming set, the pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-1 the count. Second time in this game that Thompson's been hit. And the pitch, runner goes, pitch is swung on, grounded, foul just past the third base bag down the line. And we will do it again. They had the hit and run going.
And if that got through, if that stayed fair, Weston Thompson actually had a shot at scoring. That would have been extra bases for Jack Painter as well.
For sure, as the 0-2 pitch comes up high for a ball. Yeah, Thompson was already pretty much at second base by the time the ball passed the third base bag. As the 1-2, well off the plate for a ball, 2-2 the count. On deck is Meeker. 2-2. Runner takes the lead. Dan the pitch. Swinging. There's a fly ball to right. But Kaiser over and can't make the play. It goes behind him. And this is going to score at least 1 run. Here comes the relay. The throw to the plate is offline. Not in time. And scoring on a triple by Cudney is Thompson. And the Oilers have cut the lead to 8-7.
Kaiser out in right field ended up misplaying that ball. He ended up thinking it was a little deeper than it was, and by the time he realized that, it was way too late. He tried to make a dive for it. It ricocheted off of his glove and off of his body, and it bounced far enough away that it allowed Jack Painter to move all the way to third. And there's going to be another new hitter for the Olean Oilers.
As the first pitch taken outside for a ball, 1-0.
It is going to be Dominic Caffarillo, the catcher from last inning. The entire infield on the grass. The tying run is at third. They're going to try and stop him in his tracks.
2-0 the count now as that pitch high and away. And at this point, you have to wonder when Ben Julian's going to pull the trigger.
This
Bring
is
in a
another
new
thing.
pitcher.
This is another thing I've been talking about, where it's like, when are you leaving a pitcher in for too long?
And this definitely at this point has been too long. As the 2-0 pitch. Taken for a called strike. 2-1 the count. Cutney the potential tying run at third. Nobody out here.
The tension from Oilers fans, or the tension from Skunks fans outside, it almost like it's everyone holding their breath.
Ball in the dirt takes it to 3-1. And nobody's left. Nobody has left this ball game. Crowd is still just as packed in as they were when we started. And they have seen an absolute gem. The 3-1. Take it for a called strike, and we are full. And White needs to get him here. Preferably with a strikeout. As the 3-2 popped up. Easy play for Scarfone. First base side, he makes the catch. And that is the first out of the inning.
That was highly necessary. That was huge for Griffin White, trying to prevent that third base runner from scoring. You do not want Jack Painter coming across here. You do not want a tie game. You are out of insurance, hence why the infield is playing on the grass. They want that short hop to make the play at the plate.
As Thomas Bates steps in, one away. The first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Uhara on deck. Fly ball to the outfield will score a run as the next pitch swung on a miss, strike one. Shall I say a hard hit ball to the outfield will score one. Shallow pop up. And you're taking a risk if you want to tag on that. The 1-1 pitch. Taken outside for a ball, 2-1 now.
Man, the tension downstairs is so tight that even I can feel it up here.
Almost has a playoff game atmosphere. That's the 2-1 pitch. Taken low for a ball, 3-1. And at some point, Ben Julian's got to pull the trigger and take White out.
If he walks Thomas Bates here, I would pull him personally.
Well, there's the walk. Now we'll see if Coach makes his walk out to the mound.
And that's precisely what happened. They just made the sign to the bullpen. They are going to go to it. The question is, who is going to replace Griffin White with runners on the corners and one out?
Well, that's going to do it for White. 2+ innings here. Responsible for the runner at first and third. And we'll figure out who the replacement pitcher is in just a moment. You're watching Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball on YouTube.
We have the information for you. Pitching for the Skunks now is going to be number 1, Clayton Kaiser. Clayton Kaiser, an outfielder and a left-handed pitcher. He is going to use his pitching skills to his advantage today. Hopefully he'll be able to lock down. Kaiser, 6'3", 210 from Willard, Missouri. He's a freshman, an exercise physiology major from Drury College. This man has a lot of accolades under his name. He was the COC Player of the Year in high school, all state, all conference, all district, all of those in his senior year. State championships in 2021 in high school, and a Final Four appearance in 2022. So this man knows tight scenarios when it comes to not allowing someone to get by him. And this is what he needs to utilize today, considering that the score is 8-7 Skunks with the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at first base.
Yeah, that's the ultimate representation of pressure Kaiser finds himself in. And we'll see if he can lock down and mop up here. As we are in the top of the 8th inning, one away. 8-7, Tarp Skunks with the one-run lead over the Olean Oilers. Runners at first and third for the visiting team when we get back underway. So it's going to be Uhara coming up for Olean. As one final time, we'd like to say support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plier Alert Entry Systems, the Davis Investment Group, and Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. We'd like to thank our sponsors for helping make this and every live stream of the 2024 season possible. We also encourage all businesses and organizations serving residents in the Jamestown, Chautauqua County area to consider becoming a Tarp Skunks live stream sponsor for this season and future seasons by calling 716-705-5600, emailing us at contactus@tarpskunks.net, or using the contact form on the website tarpskunks.com.
The situation has changed now. The middle infield is playing double play depth.
As the first pitch way off the plate for a ball 1-0.
The corners will play on the grass. They have the same scenario of making the play at home plate. But the middle infield, if they get a ball, they're looking to turn two to end the inning here.
And the 1-0. Taken just low for a ball, 2-0.
That honestly had me fooled. Stang had a good frame on that pitch. It had me fooled. I thought it was a strike for half a second.
Yeah, apparently just below the knees. As the pitch swinging fouled back. 2-1 the count. Cutney at third, Bates at first. Uhara walked back in the 6th inning, his first at bat of the game. Takes his lead and the pitch. High for a ball, 3-1 now. And in the last couple of innings, Tarp Skunks pitchers have had difficulty locating the strike zone. Three-one pitch. Fouled back, and the count is full, 3-2 now.
Those are directly below us, Dre.
As long as they stay low, I'm not too worried about it. But I guess that's the price you pay for having the best seats in the house. So you become a target. As the 3-2 pitch, snap throw over to first. Easily back is Bates. Would say that was probably not a serious attempt at a pickoff. Just letting him know he's there. He knows he's there.
Say 3-2 pitch is a pitch that the Oilers have a tendency to steal on.
And here's the 3-2. Taken high for a ball, and the bases are loaded for the top of the order for Joey Chitla.
So now we have to look at the defense, and we'll have to see what they decide to do. Will the middle infield stay double play depth? It looks like they are. But now the corners have a better scenario with also a double play possible, looking to go from home to first here.
Yeah, ground ball right back to the pitcher would just be what the doctor had ordered. Kaiser comes set. And the pitch. Oh, almost hit him. had to dive out of the way.
And he had to dive out of the way so fast that his helmet came off.
So Chitla might be a little bit rattled. Not that you ever want to throw toward the area of someone's head, but the 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count.
Good curveball there, back foot curveball. Lefties kind of have the advantage of being able to pitch toward the back foot of a right-handed batter, and that will be a tendency for right-handed batters to chase. So that curveball was a perfect placement there.
1-1, one away, bases full of Oilers. As the pitch way outside for a ball, 2-1. Still 8-7 Skunks, but the Oilers threatening here late in the top of the 8th inning.
The Oilers dugout making their voices known.
And the pitch, swung on foul down the first base line. This play is held up until the Oilers can retrieve the ball from the field. 2-2 the count. Strikeout here would be nice as well. Timeout called at the plate. Kaiser took a little bit too long for Chitla's taste.
Chitla trying to play the ice game. In football, if there's a field goal, the opposing coach might call timeout to make him try and kick it again. That's exactly what Chitla's doing here.
And the 2-2 pitch in the dirt, scooped.
And it seemed to have worked. So this is a massive critical pitch here. If full count, if this is a ball, then the game is tied. Absolutely not what you want to see. So Kaiser needs to lock down here.
And the 3-2. Swung on. There's a chopper to short. Only play is going to be to first. The throw is bad. Everybody's going to be safe. And the ball game is tied at 8 apiece.
The pitch was exactly where Kaiser wanted it, on the inside corner. Chitla was unable to get around on it, so that he was jammed on the pitch, a pitch that has broken many a bat in many a season. But the chopper, because Matrenga at short wasn't double play depth, he didn't have a good read on it. He was unable to get it out of his glove in time, and he didn't have a good grip when he threw it. So now we're facing the exact same scenario, but now a tie game.
Next pitch popped up. Left side heading toward the bullpen and will fall out of play. And the Pew crew gets a souvenir.
The main members of the Pew crew actually absent for today's game. The Pew is out on the third base side, the third base bullpen, or third base bleachers, I should say. But no one there to fill them today. Shocker for a $2 night.
0-1 pitch to Michael Cole. It misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. So now Kaiser 1-1, one away, bases full of Oilers. Tie ball game. The pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. 1-2.
Yeah, Michael Cole looking a little befuddled. He backed away, thought the pitch was inside, and he looks around and like, huh? Wait, what just happened?
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning.
And Kaiser extremely pumped up after that pitch, slapping his glove and looking at the catcher, Bobby Stang, going, let's go, give me the ball. I want the last out here, give it to me.
As Rudisil comes up again, struck out twice, grounded into a fielder's choice. Lefty on lefty, and the pitch. High for a ball with a curveball, 1-0.
Yeah, unable to follow through on that pitch. A little mechanical error there. The curveball didn't get quite the bite he was looking for.
Trying to get something on the ground to the infielders to end the inning. 1-0, and Kaiser's pitch. Just low for a ball, 2-0. Stang tried to frame it, but the umpire wasn't buying.
And now the Tarp Skunks fans showing their distaste for this umpire.
2-0, 2 away, 8-8 the score, the pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, you got to say that being the umpire is probably the hardest job out there when it comes to baseball, because no matter what call you make, you're always going to get distaste from one side or the other. Just consistency is all you're looking for when it comes to the umpire. And in my opinion, this home plate umpire has been fairly consistent tonight.
Yeah, I've had no complaints whatsoever. The 2-1 pitch, hard chopper to second, off of Kiefer. 2 runs are going to score, and the Oilers have taken a 10-8 lead.
Kiefer had a bad hop. He had a bad read on that play. When it comes to a play like that, you want to field it on your front foot, have a good athletic stance to field it cleanly in front of you and be able to knock it down. Instead, Kiefer played it on his back foot. He almost olayed the baseball at that point, and because of that, it ricocheted off his glove and went behind him, allowing the runner on second to come all the way around to score, and that is not what you want to see, as it's the first error of the night for either team.
So no RBI for Rudisil on that one. 2-run error, 10-8 now. The Oilers have come back. Tarp Skunks have not scored since the second inning, as the first pitch taken outside for a ball, 1-0. As Kaiser comes set. Timeout called, took too long. Runners at first and second. 4 across for the Oilers in this inning. And the pitch. Inside corner for a called strike, 2-2. Hendricks walked in his only at bat of the game. As the 1-1. Inside for a ball. It should be 2-2, actually.
We'll have to see what the umpire says really quick.
The pitch. Taken for a strike, so I guess it was 2-1. Now 2-2 the count to Hendricks.
That is the correct sign from the umpire. 2-2 is the correct
Kaiser
count.
One strike away from getting out of this inning. And a long one it has been, as the 2-2 pitch missed somewhere.
That missed inside. The way it broke in, he was unable to keep a hold of it. If Stang was able to frame that, maybe he could have gotten the call, but that inside corner has been brutal for both teams today. So now we're sitting 3-2, runners on first and second.
So runners will be in motion. That's the 3-2 pitch. Kaiser settling in. Runners go, the pitch. Popped up, second base side. Kiefer under it, puts it away, and mercifully this inning is over. But 4 runs on 2 hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Oilers 10, Tarp Skunks 8.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems, the Davis Investment Group, and Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. We'd like to thank our sponsors for helping to make this and every live stream of the 2024 season possible. We also encourage all businesses and organizations serving residents in Jamestown and Chautauqua County to consider becoming a Tarp Skunks live stream sponsor for this season or a future season by calling us at 716-705-5600. Emailing us at contactus@tarpskunks.net, or using the contact form on our website, tarpskunks.com. All sponsors are recognized during each home game during our live stream broadcast and also by our public address announcer. Thank you to our current sponsors and also to anyone else considering becoming a future sponsor of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball. New pitcher on the mound for the Olean Oilers. It is going to be Owen Gerba. Owen Gerba, 6 foot, 185, the lefty sidewinder, the senior out of John Carroll University, hailing from his hometown of Westlake, Ohio, now sitting in a more comfortable position than he was before. In the second inning, the Oilers were down by 7, but have now climbed all the way back and are now leading by 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. But here to tell you all about it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much, Matty G, as Scarfone's first pitch is fouled off. 0-1. It's going to be Scarfone, Brooks, and Snyder, the 7-8-9. Hitters due up for the Tarp Skunks, and they are looking to try to come back here as the 0-1 pitch taken low for a ball.
Owen Gerba, definitely a pitcher that you rarely see. A lefty sidewinder, almost underneath, almost a submarine style.
That pitch just missed as well. I love the submarine-style pitchers. Always have, always will.
Well, they are always a fascination to watch, but it's not about how they look. It's about how well they throw.
Well, you don't make it to the major leagues if you're not a good pitcher with the sidearm. As that pitch well off the plate, 3-1. Think back to some of the sidewinders in the history of Major League Baseball. Kenta Colvey comes to mind immediately as the 3-1 pitch grounded to second. Bates has it. Easy throw to first, and that is the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Griffin Snyder. Or no, that'll bring up Noah Brooks. There's a batter ahead here.
Tarp Skunks all of a sudden finding themselves running out of chances. They're down to their last 5 outs.
Brooks is singled back in the second, grounded out to third, or shortstop back in the third inning, and struck out.
That pitch was thrown behind him.
So first pitch ball to Brooks. Tyler Rogers for the San Francisco Giants also. He's got that submarine style. Kind of throws that same style of pitch, that submarine pitch, that rising fastball.
And this zone by the umpire seemed to be tightening up again. I don't think he's ever seen this type of pitching style before, so it's going to be tougher for him to call.
Next pitch way outside for a ball, 3-0. So Brooks being patient.
Do you give him the green light here?
Yeah. If he can see one that he can handle, absolutely. As that one is taken outside for a ball, 4-pitch walk to Brooks, and that'll bring up Griffin Snyder, the center fielder.
More action again in the Oilers bullpen.
This time that's to be expected as a save situation is pending.
And from what I can see, that is Alexander Montero out in the bullpen.
Snyder swings and misses late at a fastball on the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
With a submarine style like this, it's almost difficult to see what pitch he's throwing. They all look so similar.
Yeah, that's one of the things about a sidewinder is they're able to hide the pitch from the release point as late as possible as the next one is fouled off the catcher. And quickly 0-2. Can you imagine a sidewinder throwing a knuckleball? How ugly would that be?
How ugly or how deadly?
Both.
Yeah.
The 0-2 pitch. And it hits him. And so patience paying virtue as Snyder gets the hit by pitch. Heading over to second is Brooks, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Connor Kiefer, who singled, struck out, and walked back in the sixth. Tying run at first. Tarp Skunks down 2. The first pitch. Square to bunt, pulls it back outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Runners take their lead. And the pitch. That's off the catcher's mitt, and both runners will advance. And that is another benefit for the Tarp Skunks, as that eliminates the double play.
Now the question is, they were having Kiefer bunt in order to put the runners over. They were looking to have him sacrifice himself. Do you have him continue to bunt, almost like a suicide squeeze?
No. And the reason that I say that is that next pitch outside for a ball, 3-0, is that it's hard enough to make contact on a normal swing on a submariner. To be able to square up and try to get enough wood on the ball for a decent bunt is, I think, impossible, as Kiefer takes the 4-pitch walk. And that'll...
Caparillo comes out to have a couple words with Owen Gerba, as it looks like the action is picking up a little bit faster in the Oilers bullpen.
That's going to bring up the top of the order for the Tarp Skunks and Eli Harpelani, who singled twice in this game, grounded out to second, flied out to left field, scored twice, and does have an RBI on the day.
And the Oilers are now in the same scenario that the Tarp Skunks were in just a half inning ago. The corners are playing in on the grass while the middle infield is playing double play depth.
It's stinky on the field as the bases are full of skunks. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Harpelani looking for something he can drive. The next pitch, inside, but he swung at it. 0-2. That almost looked like playing MLB The Show and someone throwing junk you swinging at. And now Harpelani finds himself with his back against the wall. 0-2. Bases loaded, 1 away. Gerba's pitch outside for a ball, 1-2. I play too much video games, I think. So here we go again. Bases loaded, 1-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, got him. On a, looks like a changeup away. And that's going to be the second out of the inning and bring up Austin Matrenga.
And now the defense is relaxing a little bit. The corners are now playing back. It's 2 outs, bases loaded. Any bag is available. You got to find a way to hit this ball somewhere where they ain't in order to be able to cut this lead down.
First pitch way off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
Again, lefty on lefty here with Matrenga facing Gerba. It's going to be an interesting scenario to see who comes out on top.
The next pitch outside for a ball, 2-0. The outfield, the center fielder and left fielder are shading to the left field corner. The right fielder playing straight away, so there's a huge gap out in right center field for a left-handed hitter. And the pitch, swinging a foul.
And I have a feeling that that is the reason why. That was hit on the left field side. The submariner like this, it doesn't matter how slow or how fast they are. It's something that these batters rarely ever see, so they're not used to it. So they're naturally going to be late on it.
As the pitch, pass ball, no throw to the plate, and a runner scores on the passed ball. And that cuts the lead to 10-9.
That is exactly what you wanted to see. The Gerba, with the way he pitches, is naturally going to be a little bit more prone to a wild pitch or a pass ball. And 3-1 scenario, runners at second and third. Now the only play for the defense is at first base, so the defense is a little less relaxed.
3-1 pitch on the way. Swinging, there's a fly ball out to center field, but tracking it is Yukara. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. But 1 run on no hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Matty G will take you the rest of the way. 10-9, Oilers over the Skunks. Our upcoming ball games here at Dietrich Field, 11 a.m. on Thursday, Kids Day, as the Niagara Falls Americans come in to take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Friday, 6:30 against the Auburn Double Days, and then Saturday, 6:30 against the Niagara Falls Americans, 2 out of 3 against Niagara Falls. And then the next time we are back is going to be Wednesday, June 12th, rematch against Batavia on the home field.
And what a player to have the top of the 9th inning. Pitching now for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is the personality guy of the team, Thomas Schroeder. Schroeder has played many a position here on this field already. I've seen him at second, I've seen him at third, and now I've seen him on the mound. This man can do everything. And he is absolutely a personality pick. They're Tarp Skunks leading behind the personality, trying to have them rally the troops and try and get the fans behind him.
Schroeder reminds me of a modern day, what was his name? Used to play for the Cardinals. I had his name and I completely forgot. But he played everywhere.
But Schroeder loves to have fun. Like, I can constantly see him smiling on the field, having a good time. And in my opinion, no better personality would be put on the mound than that right now, where you can see him smiling and having a good time. His energy will be contagious for the rest of the Tarp Skunks, looking to see if they can give the Oilers a 0 to head to the bottom of the 9th to try and tie or win this ball game. It was originally a blowout in the 2nd inning, but now all of a sudden we're looking at a 1-run ball game with the other team on top.
Jose Oquendo. That's who I was thinking of. Used to play for the St. Louis Cardinals, could play anywhere, including relief pitching.
So it is going to be Painter, Thompson, and Cutney in the lineup for the Oilers here to face Thomas Schroeder. As the first pitch is high and outside. Ball 1.
Schroeder, a pitcher after my own heart, almost comes out with that sidewinder delivery. Little less than 3/4.
That pitch is chopped foul down the right field line. Schroeder, 5'11", 185. He hails from his hometown of St. Charles, Illinois. As the 1-1 just misses the play, a little low and inside, counts 2-1. And the 2-1 just outside, counts now 3-1. As Thomas Schroeder, a junior out of Shorter University, his 3-1 pitch just misses the inside corner, and that is a 5-pitch walk for Thomas Schroeder, and that is not what you want to see, as now the insurance run has joined the first base coach. As that brings up Weston Thompson, who has been hit twice, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, both times. Hit by a pitch, scored back in the 6th inning. Hit by a pitch, scored back in the 8th inning.
As this first pitch is low and out for ball 1. No action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. I have a feeling that they're going to ride with Schroeder the entirety of this inning.
I think they're going to need to, especially they have an off day tomorrow, but then 3 in-league games.
That pitch hit high and well out of play.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday back to league play. As the Olean photographer got the rebound, and instead of giving it to the fans, gave it to one of the players.
Well, hey, it saves the Skunks a little bit of money, especially considering how expensive baseballs are becoming these days. 1-1 the count. Painter off of first. Pickoff attempt. That was a rocket of a pickoff attempt over to Scarfone at first. Would have been a bang-bang play if Scarfone were able to hold on to it, but unfortunately he was unable to do so.
Would have been close.
And the 1-1 to Weston Thompson. That's going to hit him for the 3rd time today.
And he is smiling about it, and
never mind. Oh, I know what happened. As he ducked out of the way, he brought the bat down, and the ball was called foul because it hit the knob of his bat.
Whew.
That is something you don't see every day, and because of that, Schroeder's now looking at a 1-2 count instead of runners on first and second, which is a blessing in disguise. Another pickoff attempt. Schroeder putting it all on the line on those pickoff attempts. Those are lasers over to Scarfone. But Painter able to make it back in time. So 1-2, nobody out. And the pitch from Schroeder hit high into shallow infield. Camped underneath it is Harpalani, and he will make the grab, 1 away. And that'll bring up Nolan Cutney, the extra hitter for the Oilers.
So maybe that's a good sign because both times Thompson was hit, he scored. So that might have been dodging a bullet.
That is a blessing in disguise right there for the Oilers. Thompson checks the runner. And the first pitch to Nolan Cutney. Foul back off the glove of Bobby Stang.
In case you're just joining us, where have you been? It's been an exciting ball game, 10-9. Oilers over the Tarp Skunks in the top of the 9th inning.
Another pickoff attempt. Tried to catch Painter lacking. Painter was only barely off of first. Not a bad idea as Painter was walking at that point.
If I'm Stang, I'm thinking about a snap throw over to first.
That could have been the pitch to do it as that pitch was high and outside and leading him towards first base. But the count is 1-1. You see, in my opinion, Stang should not throw that ball over because the last thing you want to do is have that ball go past Scarfone and into right field, and that insurance run as that pitch is fouled back. You do not want that insurance run going farther than first base. A 1-run ball game in the bottom of the 9th inning is 10 times more manageable than going into the bottom of the 9th with 2 runs or more just to tie the game. So the last thing you want is fielding mistakes or mental mistakes, especially in this tight of a game. But the 1-2 pitch from Schroeder is going to be high, missing. Counts now 2-2.
Not a bad idea to take something off. Go with the curveball. Just released it a little bit too early and left it hanging high over the zone.
Schroeder checks the runner, and the 2-2. Ripped over to third, and that is going to get by Harpalani for a base hit. The runners will hold at first and second. But now the Oilers threatening yet again off of Schroeder. Harpalani was playing even with the bag. He didn't have a lot of time at the hot corner. And so that's going to be another base hit for the Oilers and Nolan Cutney. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Caparillo.
That was actually a fortunate place for that base hit. Not that having 2 runners on is fortunate, but being in shallow left field kept Painter at second.
So now Dominic Caffarillo at the plate, 6'2", 195, a freshman from Georgetown University.
9th hit of the ball game for Olean.
His first pitch over the heart of the plate.
That sounded like it came in with a little extra zap.
The Tarp Skunks looking for a double play to get out of this inning here unscathed. That pitch is a foul tip. Schroeder faking out the runner at second base. Painter, he almost looked like he was going to do a pickoff move over to second, but then ended up going to first. Might have fooled both of them, Caffarillo and Painter. As that pitch is chopped over to third, stepping on third is one out, throw over to first, in time, double play, 5-3 put away for Eli Harpelani, and the Oilers go down without scoring a run. So it is a one-run ball game as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Skunks need 1 to tie, 2 to win.
So the bottom of the ninth inning score summary for the Oilers: 10 runs, 9 hits, nobody left on base. For the Tarp Skunks, 9 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. And the Tarp Skunks starting off the game hot and heavy early on, led by a Bobby Stang 2-run home run, but the Lizards able to chip away using the free pass and hit by pitch to their advantage, scoring 9 runs over the last 5 innings to take the 1-run lead. We are getting set to go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Matranga, Stang, and Stojanovic due up for the Tarp Skunks, and here to tell you all about it, big time Matty G.
Thank you, Dre. And these three are going to be facing Alexander Montero for the Oilers. Montero, 5'10", 200, from Weymouth, Massachusetts. He is a sophomore from Framingham State College. He will be looking to put these guys away because it is a 3-and-a-handshake scenario for the Oilers, but the Skunks are not looking to go down without a fight here. It has become a very close game. The Skunks last inning scoring for the first time since the second, where the bats almost were silenced throughout the course of innings 3 through 7. And it's going to be Bobby Stang leading it off. Of course, Bobby Stang with a ton of power, but in my opinion, he shouldn't be looking to use that right now. He's looking to only get on base. That is what he wants, to be represent that tying run, as his first pitch over the heart of the plate, out of the knees, called strike one.
You can see in his stance, though, he is lined up for power. He is coiled and ready to strike.
The 0-1. On the outside corner, called strike two.
Montero living on the outside part of the plate.
So 0-2 to Bobby Stang. And the pitch from Montero. Way outside. Montero trying to expand the zone there a little bit, but wasn't able to get it. Counts now 1-2. And the pitch to Stang. Swung on and hit high into center field, but camped under it is Kazuhara. And Stang will be the first out of the bottom of the ninth. But that'll bring up DJ Stojanovic.
That ball had a good sound coming off the bat, but just hung up a little bit too much underneath it. And again, the wind not a factor this entire ball game. The flag draping straight down in center field.
And the first pitch from Montero to Stojanovic just misses the plate. And the 1-0. Way outside, counts 2-0. You can almost feel the tension downstairs on the stands as well as on the field. Everyone practically holding their breath for each and every pitch here in the bottom of the ninth as the 2-0 way outside, and Stojanovic in firm control here, 3-0. And in my opinion, give him the red light.
Yeah, I'd give him the red light because Montero hasn't been able to find the zone at all this at bat. If you can get a free 4-pitch walk, take it.
As that pitch is over the heart of the plate. He did, in fact, hold, but he's still in control. Counts 3-1. So 3-1, 1 out, nobody on. As that pitch is outside, ball 4. So Stojanovic is aboard. And he will represent the tying run this game. And there is going to be a pinch runner for DJ Stojanovic. It is going to be Nigel Sebastianelli. So Nigel Sebastianelli will be pinch running. They're trying to get a bit of speed for the tying run as the pitcher, Tommy Schroeder, steps up to the plate.
And I love that as Stojanovic was walking back to the dugout, pulled Schroeder aside and basically told him what the scouting report was. And it's going to be all on the outside corner.
First pitch to Schroeder inside this time.
Well, call me a liar. Because that's the first pitch he's gone inside with. And maybe that was, not lost on Montero.
As that pitch is fouled backward. Counts 1-1.
Tying run at first base. Schroeder representing the winning run.
As Montero comes set, checks the runner in the 1-1. Called strike 2 on the inside corner.
Yeah, and Montero's changed the scouting report on him.
1-2 the count to the pitcher, Tommy Schroeder. As Sebastianelli leads off first. And the 1-2 outside counts now 2s apiece.
Good eye by Schroeder. Watch that ball off the plate.
Last thing you want to do is chase at something in the dirt. Last thing you need is a K. As the 2-2 to Schroeder from Montero. Swung on and missed, and that is exactly what ended up happening. Curveball in the dirt, and Schroeder knew the moment he swung that he was in some trouble. And that is going to bring up Clayton Kaiser down to Oilers, or Skunks down to their last out. And in my opinion, you got to get a little bit aggressive with the base running. Try and get him at least in scoring position here.
If you're going to do that, you got to do it on the first 2 pitches.
He fakes going, but that pitch is over the heart of the plate, called strike 1. Oilers 2 strikes away from victory now.
Yeah, at this point, I'm sending Sebastianelli.
Very small lead for Sebastianelli. Runner fakes going, and Kaiser swings and misses at that one. That one was off the plate. Curveball off the plate. He chased it. And now the Skunks are down to their last strike of the game.
Looked like it was a botched hit and run.
And the 0-2. Just off the outside corner. The Oilers thought that was the ball game.
And if that was Angel Hernandez, it would have been.
But the count's now 1-2 for Clayton Kaiser. And the pitch from Montero. Outside, this time farther out. And the count's now 2-2.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez retiring, ending a scourge in the umpiring ranks of Major League Baseball. The only umpire that would call a ball on a pickoff attempt to first. Not that that happened, but he probably would have done it.
2-2 pitch. Outside, counts now 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Sebastianelli will be moving on this pitch.
This is the fantasy moment that every kid dreams about, whether it's a regular season game or the World Series. Bottom of the ninth inning, runner at first, 3-2, 2 outs.
Montero comes set. Sebastianelli on the move, and the 3-2. Ball 4, the ball goes to the backstop, and Sebastianelli will run all the way to third. So now just like that, on the ball 4, Kaiser goes to first, and because Sebastianelli was on the move, he was able to continue moving off of second and go all the way to third. So now the tying run at third base with the winning run at first. And that is going to bring up Scarfone. Steven Scarfone.
Scarfone's had a rough day at the plate. 2 strikeouts looking, 2 groundouts to second base. Looking to barrel one up and tie this game. Keep it alive for the Skunks.
Escobar comes set. Checks the runner. And he swings and misses at that first pitch. And again, down to 2 strikes. Very small lead off first for Kaiser. As the 0-1 outside. Counts now 1-1. Scarfone's got to be careful. The 2 times he got called out on strikes, it was on the outside corner, so he's got to be careful over there. But the 1-1 pitch. Foul back to the Tarp Skunks dugout. And once again, the Tarp Skunks are down to their final strike of the night.
Scarfone stepped out, took off his helmet, took a deep breath to focus.
Got to remain relaxed here. Montero comes set. That pitch again, just off the outside corner.
And the Olean bench just erupted at that call.
So 2-2, 2 out, runners on the corners for Steven Scarfone as the next pitch swung on and hit high into left and down the left field line. It is going to go into the stands. And we will redo 2-2 all over again.
Scarfone hanging in there.
Tying run at third, winning run at first. 2-2, 2 out. The pitch from Montero. Outside, the count is now full. And again, the same scenario as last time. Kaiser over at first will be in motion. Bottom of the ninth, 1-run game, 3-2, 2 out. Montero comes set in the 3-2, swung on and missed. Scarfone down on strikes, and that is unfortunately the ball game. A very, very tight game through and through. The Oilers managing to climb back from the 5th through the 8th. They were in firm control. They remained calm, and they managed to cut a 7-run lead into a 1-run victory. Very, very unfortunate, Dre.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those games where you start off hot, you think that you're going to be able to roll the rest of the way, and you have to give the Olean Oilers a ton of credit. They could have rolled over and died, but they stuck in there, ground their way back into the game, and walk away with a tough but well-deserved 10-9 victory over the Jamestown Tarp Skunks.
But at this point, you got to look at this game. It is interleague, so it does not affect anything besides momentum when it comes to the Tarp Skunks. They're looking to bounce back on their next home game this Thursday at 11 o'clock, Kids Day against the Niagara Falls Americans.
Can't wait for that one. Should be a full house of youth for that one. We got to talk about the most valuable stinkers of the game. Let's see, I went first yesterday, so I'll let you take it away first.
All right. You know, the past couple of games that we've had, I have looked at defense. I have looked at pitching. But today there is one man and one swing of the bat that really takes over for me, and that is the bat of Bobby Stang. Bobby Stang with the 2-run home run in the first inning, and just with that one swing alone, managed to make this game practically in the palm of the Tarp Skunks' hands, managing to score 6 runs off of that momentum in the bottom of the second inning. Unfortunately, it was after that that the Oilers started to crawl back, and the pitching for the bullpen by committee started to take over. But the real momentum shifter at the start of the game was by Bobby Stang, and I have him as my most valuable sinker tonight.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen, so I started taking a look at who's been the hottest hitter on this Tarp Skunks team early on in the season, and my MVS is going to be Eli Harpelani, 2 for 5 again today, 2 runs scored, finding a way to get on base. And as long as Harpelani can stay hot, hopefully the rest of the team can pick up, especially with league play starting again on Thursday with the Niagara Falls Americans. That game will start at 11 a.m. Hope to see you out at the ballpark. For our PA announcer, Jeremy Becker, for our video engineer, Ed Tomaselli, would like to remind you that Tarp Skunks Baseball would like to thank Plyler Entry Systems, the Davis Investment Group, and Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. We'd like to thank them for making this and every live stream of the 2024 season possible. We also encourage all businesses and organizations serving residents in Jamestown and Chautauqua County to consider becoming a Tarp Skunks live stream sponsor for this season or future seasons by calling us at 716-705-5600, emailing us at contactus@tarpskunks.net, or using the contact form on our website, tarpskunks.com. All sponsors are recognized during each home game, during our live stream broadcast, and also by our public address announcer. Thank you to all current sponsors and to anyone else considering becoming a future sponsor of Tarp Skunks Baseball. For Matty G, I'm Dre Guinness, saying we will see you back here Thursday morning at 11. Until then, good night, everybody.
Have a good night.